Very good morning, second day on the SIHH 2018. Welcome you from the booth of Hermès, a surprise. Hermès came from the Basel World to the SIHH, and I have the great pleasure to join. I have the great pleasure that Guillaume de Seynes joined us this morning. Guillaume, a very warm welcome.
Thank you.
Guillaume, first day at the SIHH, what's your impression?
Very good. First, we have a prime position. I must say, Geneva gave us the first booth at the entrance, so everybody can watch us, can see us, and the fact that we are in Geneva for the first time has been extremely well accepted, well received, and the first day was a lot of press, a lot of attraction to Hermès, and that's great.
So the decision to change from Basel World to SIHH was the right one?
I believe so. We've been thinking for a few years, and I think we see Geneva as more appropriate to us today. We were in Basel for more than 20 years, but in 20 years, what Hermès is in watches, in the watch industry, has changed a lot. 20 years ago, we were 100% quartz. We were nearly 100% for ladies, and today we have a strong men's proposition. We have a strong mechanic watches proposition. So all this is the main reason for the change.
You took away my next question. It would have been you now arrived in the haute horlogerie, in the sense because the salon is organized by the Fédération Haute Horlogerie. So let's talk about watches. What are your proposals for this year, for the men, for the women?
Alors, today we come with a new watch which is called SIHH. Of course, everybody knows that the square shape is very important for Hermès through our famous scarf, our famous silk carré. And we have reintroduced this watch called SIHH that we introduced it in a small version, very limited edition in titanium 8 years ago. And we were a bit frustrated because it sold very well and that was it. But today we have a stronger version of this watch with very interesting dial, very different dial, and in stainless steel, so with a more affordable price.
And done by a very famous French designer.
Absolutely, it's a conjugation. It's a conjunction with quite a famous designer called Marc Berthier, architect and designer, very respected name. And of course the know-how of Vaucher, because it's equipped with Vaucher movement.
The first watch is now sought after. I know that people are looking for it, and I remember when you presented the watch, it was quite a spectacular timepiece at the time being, unexpected. But the new version, for me, is even better. I really like it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The exercise of the square in watches is not an easy one.
No.
We've put a circle in the square, and this gives a lot of personality and, I believe, modernity to that watch. And we are quite enthusiastic about it.
The exercise for a rectangular watch is always to make it look as less rectangular as possible.
Yes.
So the more the watch looks round, the better it is, even if it's not a round watch. So that's the exercise.
Absolutely. So I think that we've found a good solution for that.
In terms of small and little complications, you have been showing, Hermès have been showing the last years that you are really successful doing this. Is there anything in the pipeline that you're going to bring as le temps suspendu, these little nice...
Yeah, it has become a very important part of our collection, what we call temps de l'imaginaire in French, time to dream. We are taking the rhythm of maybe one new addition to that line every 3 to 4 years. So we came last year with one version, one new ID, and we'll think of maybe 2020 for the next one.
You will have to surprise the salon here with really absolutely crazy, in the sense crazy, unexpected crazy watch, a watch that is typical to Hermès. Something you want to have, and in the end of the day you don't honestly need, but you want it.
Absolutely. I think that we have surprised people as a first step this year with our windows, because we wanted windows which are very colorful, playful, very Hermès, of course. Maybe not so much in the tradition of the watchmaking industry, but that's also why we are here, to bring something different.
Yeah. What would you say, watch business at Hermès? Are there particular countries where it is developing extremely well compared to others? Are there kind of booming countries where your watches really?
We've seen in 2017 for watches growth coming back really, especially in our stores, in our own network. With some strong countries like Korea, which is becoming a very major country for us, especially in watches, like Southeast Asia, Singapore. Japan did well as well, and China is really coming back strongly, especially at the end of the year for watches.
You're talking about China mainland?
China mainland. We've just opened a very large store, or largest store in Hong Kong last week. I was there with my cousins, so let's hope that this gives more dynamic to the Hong Kong market this year, which still was a bit difficult in 2017 for the watches.
With ups and downs, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hong Kong is still not really stabilized. Absolutely. Europe is doing well.
Europe is doing well. France is still a very strong market for us. We are for watches. We are very well established in France, and Europe. The rest of Europe has been showing quite positive growth in our stores. Yes.
As you said, colorful playing. Hermès is kind of a trendsetter with colors. Is kind of a visionary with colors. Can you imagine, or could you think about colors that would fit perfectly to watches in the next years? Are you seeing any trends? You kind of
well, it's difficult.
If you do it, the others are going
it's
to.
difficult to say that we have that strength of colors all throughout the company. In silk, of course, in leather. This year we are introducing some very nice and fancy versions of one of our main line, which is Arceau, mostly on a feminine side, matching very strong colors of strap with the color of dial through lacquer dial. Very strong red, very strong green, very strong blue, very strong yellow. It's different, it's fresh. I think it's really attractive.
The reason why I ask you the question is we see so many blue dials these days. This has all of a sudden become a trend. Everybody has now blue dials. People say blue is the new black. Is there any color you see in the future that could be the new black?
Well, if I would see such a thing, I would not say it to you, because to keep the secret. At Hermès, what our purpose in being in watchmaking is really to combine the best of Swiss watchmaking with this fanciness, this creativity coming from Paris. So it's true that maybe we don't follow so much the trend of the watch industry. We like to set our own trends.
Yeah. But on the other hand side, your perpetual calendar in the Slim Hermès is okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it yet, but I wanted to talk about this is a huge success. It is, by the way, one of the beautifulest perpetual calendars on the market.
Thank you.
Due to readability and pureness.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate. I agree with you, because it's one of my favorite, and I'm wearing it a lot. I have the platinum version. It's true that we are selling it beyond our expectation,
so we were talking about blue.
And it's blue. It's true, but we have also the pink gold version with the white dial.
Okay. Guillaume, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All the best for you, and I think when I resume the reactions of people I know about your appearance here, your Hermès appearance in Basel, from Basel, you appear in Geneva, coming from Basel, everybody's excited. I can say that, and if we talk to this, people say you should have come earlier.
Yeah, I can agree.
Thank you. Nice
you.
Final words. Thank you very much. All the best, and good sales for the next days.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned, guys. The next interviews are going to come very soon.